Yeah, it's getting
So
recorded.
this training is going to be like a job oriented training. So when we say a job oriented training, we are going to teach you from the scratch, right? So which is very important in GenAI is concerned. The other important thing is when we teach up, we are going to give you a capstone projects on each and every topics when we finish out. And next thing is we also going to give you a live GenAI project after you finish out the stuff. And whether you are a citizen or H4EAD or like you have a valid visa, OPT or whatever it is, we can train you and we can get you placed, which is our ultimatum. But we'll be strict on certain things like you have to finish your assignments properly and you have to settle us now and then. That is very important. And you have to practice more. And wherever possible, we'll be able to give you guidance wherever you're stuck. And the sessions will be recorded and will be given to you now and then. Moreover, if you have any doubts in near future, lifetime, if you have any doubts on a particular topic, if you just let us know, we'll be able to make you to sit on the particular time when the class is going on. So that is the speciality of us, and we give a guaranteed placement on GenAI. Okay, so whether you're looking out for there is a lot of options are available right now in remote jobs. There are a lot of options available in like hybrid jobs and within your locality because that kind of jobs we have the contacts and we can easily place you, provided you are doing the training properly. Okay, Shilpa. All right, over to you, Anjali. You can just take off from here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hi, Shilpa. Myself, Anjali here. How are you?
Uh, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much. So,
Mm.
did you want
Uh,
to introduce
yeah,
yourself?
yeah, sorry. Your voice is not very clear to me, but his voice was very clear. So
Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Now,
but mumble. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please
Oh,
kindly introduce yourself regarding the domain that you are currently
mhm.
working on, or what exactly you know about data science. Some idea you might be having on all these
Mhm.
things, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So hi. I've been like working in the regarding my degree, I have completed my bachelor's and master's in engineering, both way from India. And then I came to US and I got a job in IT actually. So I was working in IT back in India also for like some time into manual testing, and I came here and I looked for jobs. I started looking for jobs and I got into automation testing. And From 2017, I have been working like as a mix of both manual and automation testing. And then from last 1 year, so it was like all contract jobs and everything. So when my contract ended, I again started looking for automation testing, but then it was hard to get. So because now the positions are getting reduced, right? So the testing
Mhm.
position, yeah. So and then I like for a very brief period of time, I would say I worked as a developer, but
Mhm.
then I to be honest, I was not very much happy with full stack development because that was something that maybe I was not interested in. Like like heavy coding,
Mhm.
it had both back end and UI, and you had to learn so many languages and everything. So it was not just React. They were using React, Angular, and
Yeah,
in
many
back end.
things were there. I can understand. Like so
Yeah,
many programming things, front and back,
yeah,
and so many things were
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, though in for automation for Selenium, I've dealt with Java, but still
Mm.
this was too much for me. Too much maybe
Mhm.
I could handle. So yeah, so I then just had to quit because the pressure was overwhelming and I was not able to take it. So then I Like honestly speaking, I was looking for other options because I wanted to stay in IT only because I have only that experience so far. Now getting into something that's more challenging for me. So I was looking into different options like DevOps, and maybe I spoke to him also regarding that DevOps, AI. But I know right now AI is like good in the market. But in the market, as in maybe I don't know about the job opportunity, like how hard it would be to get it, but I know like the trend is currently, yeah, the trend is currently AI. So I thought I'd just give a try. I mean, like I have been looking into other options also when it comes to AI. So, um, because I also need to see like what works best for me, right? So yeah,
Right. Right. Awesome. Great. Great, Shilpa. You're able to hear my voice properly, right?
yes.
Yes. Awesome. Great. So thank you for sharing your introduction. Let me introduce myself. I'm Anjali. I'm sorry, Anjali. And
Okay.
I kind of I'm in this field for almost around 6-7 years. Starting from 2016, I started my career as a big data engineer. Then slowly
Yeah.
entered into data analyzation, and from there I went inside data science. I mean, like machine learning, deep learning, became a data scientist, and now kind of working with Gen AI. Almost 6-7 years with that experience. So my major specialization is towards blockchain and data science with AI. Currently working on for Meta not as a full-time employee, but as a like kind of an contract-based options. And apart from that, I do take consulting and training with Sagar for them.
Okay.
Fine. So let me try to let us share the screen so that I'll explain you what are all the things that is available in this particular data science.
Okay.
Okay. First and foremost thing, when we talk about data science or when we talk about Gen AI, we do have some kind of idea that Gen AI seems to be a kind of a different environment. Gen AI means only tool-based options. Gen AI doesn't need any kind of coding, that and all. It's not true. Gen AI also need coding. When you try to take as a tool, there is no need to go for any coding option. That means the tool is for giving you an opportunity to reduce the time limit. Your work limit has to be reduced. For that purpose only, these tools are Gen AI tools. But almost all the companies, what they do is that they don't go with tools. They do want to create a model. They do want to create a setup like ChatGPT kind of setup or image model kind of setup or video kind of setup, presentation kind of setup. All those things they wanted to do it through Gen AI. And how Gen AI enters into this particular market is that through data science. Data science is the most important part when Gen AI is coming. Okay, fine. Now let us understand what data science is. So when you talk about data science, you have 4 different pillars of data science. First one is you have to collect the data, clean it. Gathering of your data, cleaning the data, and that is analyzing it. Raw analysis is alone not enough. You have to explain the analysis part. Like you have to identify the key pattern and you have to analyze it. For example, let us say you are watching you do have Netflix and Prime Video, Amazon, all those things, right? When you see it in Amazon and all, if you are trying to buy one product, immediately it will show you something. Why don't you buy this product? Many of your other people have bought this product. And in Netflix also, it shows something like you have watched this movie. We think that you like this movie also. Since you have watched that movie, this movie also you like. You have watched that genre, so this genre also you will like. So these things are called as recommendation systems. Through machine learning, by identifying our pattern, what pattern? Many times you would have watched comedy movies. So by seeing that you are watching comedy movies, what happens now? Netflix is giving you a suggestion. Why are you watching only comedy movies? You can watch horror comedy, action comedy, romantic comedy. They are also coming under genre of comedy only, right? So you can try watching that also. So now Netflix is identifying your pattern. It takes the key features of it, and then it is providing you a suggestion based on that. So how it is done means through explaining the data, through taking all the data, raw data, clean it. First, you have to clean it. You have to transform the data to a better sense. Then you analyze the pattern. That's what we call it as explanatory data analysis. And if there is any time involved, if there is any time series involved, for Netflix data and all, no time series involved. But sales data will have time series. Sales data will have some time series. Weather data will have time series, right? So if you take sales data for a company, 10 years of sales data they will be giving. Every year, January month, there is a drop in the sales. You identified that through gathering the information, you analyzed it and you identified that every month, every year in the January month, there is a sales down. Now, why? That is what we have to figure it out through predictive modeling. You have to predict, forecast why it is happening in future, how we are going to avoid it. So now, usually what happens here is that the client will not know anything. Client will be directly coming and giving the data and the requirement. We have to collect the data. We have to get all the information about the data, and then we have to sit and analyze the data, figure out what exactly is going on in this data, and then you have to create a structure for the data. Finally, you have to come up with the outcome. That's why we call it as data science, and that's why the position is called as data scientist. So as a scientist, you have to, you know what scientists does, right? They do research, they do take all the data, they'll analyze it, they'll sit and write the report on that, they will come up with all the patterns, they will figure out what is the things going on, how it is all connected, and then finally they'll give the result. For doing all these things, we are coming up with several different methodologies. So what are those methodologies? What are those methodologies means for collecting and cleaning the data? You will go with data analytical tools. For this first two level, you'll go with data analytical tools like Pandas, NumPy. Using Python, you will take packages, you will analyze it. And for statistical inferences, you will go with statistical information like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, probability, chi-square, all those things, filtering, those things, selective things. Then for predictive modeling, from here onwards, you have to go with machine learning, deep learning, machine learning. They come under predictive modeling. So there are certain packages that goes along in this way. Okay. Now, what are the applications where this data science have been used? See, don't think that the industry is restricted. These are all major industry that takes data scientist or machine learning expert or deep learning engineer inside their company. E-commerce for product recommendation to boost up sales, entertainment for making suggestions, finance for detecting fraud, enhancing security, healthcare for predicting disease outbreaks to improve public health. The same way for retail marketing also we have something called market basket analysis. So when you go to a supermarket, you are planning or thinking of going to a supermarket to buy milk. Okay, that is something everybody will go and do it regularly. On a regular basis, people will go and buy milk. Now, Sami, do you think it is possible for you to go buy only milk alone in the supermarket? You are thinking and going that you want to buy only milk. Will you come back buying only milk?
No.
Obviously not. What you will do? You will go and buy other stuffs also. Even though it is not required also, we'll go and buy it. What we call it, this part is called as customer behavior pattern. By understanding the customer behavior pattern, they have designed the supermarket in such a way that your milk product is not going to be in the first aisle. In the entrance itself, you can't see your milk or milk related products. It will be in the end of the aisle, at the other side. So now what you will do, you will walk all the way along the aisles and then you will go to the end. While going itself, you will be seeing all the things. You will figure out, oh, I'm not having this beverage, I'll get that. Oh, I'm not having biscuit. Okay, I'll get. After going to that particular place only, you will think, oh, sugar is not there. Okay, I'll buy cheese. Okay, I'll buy tofu. Okay, I'll buy tea. All those things, after going there only, we will see it. Then
Yeah.
what happens? You will collect all these things, put it in the basket, and you will come back. And when you are standing in the queue also, you can see there are a lot of small items in the counter, nearby that billing counter. And most of the items are going to be chocolates only. Why? Because all these people, they will be bringing their kids and standing in the queue. These kids will not be simply standing. They'll be going there, taking up all the things, and they will be seeing all the samples. They'll take chocolates. And that is also a sales for this supermarket, right? And another one thing is the regular demand products are something they have to maintain it regularly. If one day, if they say that milk is not there in the supermarket, people will go somewhere else. The customer will go somewhere else. And they will understand, okay, the supermarket is not going to have milk. Why should I go and buy it? Let me buy somewhere else but that is nearby my home itself. So you have to retain the customer as well as you need to know the buying pattern. And even in e-commerce product also, that's what happens. If you are buying a mobile, you are not going to buy just mobile alone. You have to buy screen guard, scratch card, charger, headphones, all those things you have to buy. Then only the full package is going to be coming up, right? So these things are how they are identifying, means by identifying your pattern, by identifying the way you are buying pattern, by identifying the way you are watching movies, by identifying by the way you are paying up your loans, paying up the credits properly, they are giving you other options also. Okay, can you understand?
Yeah.
Great. So what are the skills that are necessary for a data science? The major thing that is required for a data scientist is that problem solving, that is logical thinking. Why? Because the whole company is going to depend on you only for the outcome, for prediction. So as a data scientist, if you have a full end knowledge on taking up the decision, thinking logically, solving the problem, it's good. It more than coding, it's not the coding that is very important for a data scientist. For a data scientist, logical thinking is important. Storytelling is very important because you are going to visually show them how the sales has been doing for the past months, what problem they were facing, like through dynamic charts, through visualization, Power BI kind of stuff. So through that, you have to tell stories. One, that is second thing. Additionally, you have to understand Python, SQL, and Excel. Python is very easy with all packages, not much of coding. Only understanding should be there. Then statistics and probability, fundamental statistics is enough. As I said, mean, median, mode, probability, random variable, those things, those statistics that will be taught in the session itself. Because every time when we try to do right from the beginning, right from Python, we will be starting and then slowly we will be moving on with these statistical informations and all. Okay. Okay. Then what is GenAI now? Now this is the most important part because company is looking out for someone who knows generative AI. We know ChatGPT is a GenAI, Claude is a GenAI, Perplexity is a GenAI, Deep is a GenAI, Leonardo is a GenAI. All are GenAI. Then now what is GenAI? GenAI is generative AI. Generative AI is what? Generating again and again in a loop. And you are making your system to come up with the infinite number of possible solutions. For example, when a baby is born, nothing is going to be there in the brain of the baby, right? When we were born as a baby kid, we don't have any kind of idea what exactly, where exactly. Do you think that we had all the information right from our birth? No. What happened till 5-6 years? We didn't have the thought of what is going on, what exactly is happening, what we have to remember, nothing. But later when we started going to school, things started getting inside our head. And they started asking us to memorize everything. And we started learning things. Slowly we passed the LKG, UKG, first, second, every time we get trained, we did the testing, we get trained, we tested ourselves, we moved to next class. Train, test, move to the next step. Train, test, move to the next step. Likewise, you moved yourself and then you entered into a job according to your experience, right? Then slowly in the job also, what you are doing regularly, you are learning something, you are improvising, you are trying to put your knowledge into testing, learning, testing, learning, testing. Now what happens entirely? You got experienced. You got experienced. Now you know what exactly or how exactly the answer is going to be. A number of possible ways you can come out with different answers. So now what you are doing, whatever we have done it with our human brain, we are doing it with artificial intelligence also. I told you about machine learning and deep learning. In machine learning and deep learning, what exactly we are doing means we were training the data set and testing the data set through that. For example, you are running a company and you are launching a product. Newly, you are planning to launch a product. Do you think when you are launching the product, will you launch a sample of the product or on everything you will launch it?
Everything.
No. How come you know the market? Only sample of the product you will launch, right? First, you will test the waters and see whether your people, whether the customers are really liking the product, because it is a new product of yours. So you will manufacture and you will keep it, but you will not release it to the world. You will slowly go with the first 100 products only. You will release it in your own locality. You will release it. You will check what is the feedback of it, and then you will go and release the other things later on. So that is what we call it as training and testing. If the testing is failed, again you come back to training, train it, again you go and test it. Again you will get some feedback, come back, train it, test it. So this is like a loop. That's what we call it as generative AI. Every time you come up, every time you train it, that's what ChatGPT is doing. It is trying to understand the pattern of yours, what thought process you have, how you are typing a message, what answers you are asking, what type of question you are asking, in what that question, what type of answers the ChatGPT is giving according to the questions, and in that answers, what you are trying to identify, and you are asking ChatGPT to provide the answer again. So likewise, ChatGPT is understanding you. I'm saying not only for ChatGPT, other GenAI also, that's what it is doing. Since we are all very much familiar with ChatGPT, I'm saying that. Okay. So ChatGPT, it understands totally. Now Meta also starting to do like that only. The WhatsApp Meta, the inside WhatsApp, there is a Meta search is there, right? When you do use that, it understands our way of thinking, the way how we send messages, whom we are sending messages. And when it also try to give you an idea of what type of message you have to send, how you have to send the message. That is what GenAI are. Okay, that is what generative AI is. And another part of generative AI is that it is starting ChatGPT and all, it is coming up with an additional thing of being empathetic and compassionate.
Right.
The way in which you sound, the way in which you write the message, ChatGPT is understanding that you are in a very good mood, you are in a bad mood, you are like kind of some trouble, something it is asking, compassionately it is asking. And it is talking like a human. So how it is doing that means very few details only it is getting loaded. Later on, it is our training. What we are giving, whatever question we are asking, whatever things that we are saying, ChatGPT is capturing that and it is giving the answer in a number of possible ways. So for that, what we have to do with GenAI means you have to go with deep learning, that is artificial neural networks, and natural language processing. Whether it is a text, image, audio, or video, whatever it is, you have to take up an artificial neural network concept and NLP concept, connect it, bring a pattern on that. Then you create a popular models like ChatGPT, Claude, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, all those stuffs, whatever it is. Okay. And for this, we try to use large language models. Why large language? Because your language is very large only, right? You are not going to ask very simple questions. It is going to be a number of series of questions you are going to ask, and in series of way, in a different way, ChatGPT or any other GenAI has to answer. And from that answer itself, you will ask another question, and through that, it has to bring out another answer. So our human mind has got some restrictions in thinking because we have been developed in that way. We are supposed to think in certain way, and within that way only we will think. And even if we are trying to think a little bit more ahead, people will call us insane. No, you are like gone mad. Why do you ask such questions? Because the thought process is not going to be little bit. Like we are not used to do that type of thing. If somebody is thinking, they'll be saying that this person is like kind of an unconventional way they are thinking, or they are thinking in out of the box way, something like that. They'll say the name. But when AI does that, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Even the unbelievable answer when AI gives,
Yeah.
it becomes really interesting now. And the way the time when ChatGPT came, like 2023, I think ChatGPT came, 2022 end, 2023 it came. That time how ChatGPT was, it was very basic. Now take ChatGPT, it has gone way beyond. That time ChatGPT was able to give only the information that was stored. But now ChatGPT creates information, creates answers, the way in which you can't even imagine. In that way, it answers. It can be your psychologist, it can be your therapist, it can be your healer, it can be your coder, it can be your friend, it can be, it is being everything only now.
Yeah.
Whatever question you ask, it is coming up with n number of solutions.
Right.
Yeah. So the key technologies that are coming up with GenAI is large language models. As I said, we are all talking in a regular way. Our conversation is a regular conversation, human conversation. And when you are talking with the AI, you should also go with that type of language only. Then only there will be a connection. Otherwise, it becomes a machine. When you start writing a coding for this, when a prompt engineer, when you sit and type that, hi, ChatGPT, can you help me with this? Instead of typing that, if you are writing hashtag, all these code words, if you are typing in that way, now GenAI becomes another programming language, right? That ChatGPT becomes another platform. Now we don't want like that. We want something to be human, generate human like text. Like you can see ChatGPT saying, I'm so sorry, thank you, please. Something and all it says. Even we can say please, but generally ChatGPT says like, I'm sorry, I did a mistake. I'll clarify it. I'll clear it off. I apologize for my mistake. So this is like human nature, that type. Then there comes something called transformers. How are you going to build an architecture on top of it? Because GenAI is not a regular data science model. It requires a number of different steps to be followed. What type of, whether it is large language model you are going, or whether you are going for small language models, are you going for an artificial neural networks, or is it something else, random access network? So what type of model are you planning? So that architecture process is something important. Then whether it is realistic image through adversarial learning, this is all comes for image and video. I don't know if you have tried Sora, that is in ChatGPT. If you have tried Sora, you will be knowing it exactly the way it provides the images. Crystal clear, apt images, like poster based images, according to the questions that you are giving, according to the prompt that you are giving. Okay. Then the last one is diffusion models. This is for high quality images. If you are not going to do anything with the image based GenAI means, then no need to go with this. You are trying to create a model for normal text, like the details means large language models. If you are planning to have number of large language, like ChatGPT is having text based as well as image based, right? In that case, then you have to go with transformers. And if you are planning to go with Leonardo kind of Leonardo AI and all, if you see, they go with diffusion models.
What is that?
Run away.
What is it, Leonardo? I don't know that.
Leonardo is a AI based image and video Gen AI.
Okay.
There is a free version, leonardo.ai. If you go, then get signed up over there. Daily 150 tokens they are giving. You can create a character, you can create a logo, you can create a poster, you can create a video by giving up appropriate prompts.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when we are trying to understand generative AI with traditional AI, that is what? Predicts or classifies data, algorithm, limited creativity. But Gen AI whatever content we are giving, it is taking that content, that question it will take, it will create a new answer for that by training, testing, by again and again, it is repeatedly seeing the pattern, and it uses deep learning. It acknowledges deep learning patterns, and finally it gives creative results. Even you can't even think. That's why these images, we have not even would have thought like there will like in a different way, like some sort of building rising from the hand. That's a mix of few different images that Sora is building, Leonardo is building, giving that. So the answers are becoming very creative.
Okay.
Okay. How generative AI learns? The major thing is, as we said, training. This training, testing happens in machine learning. Then it identifies pattern, which happens in deep learning. Then content is generated. That's how generative AI is coming up.
Okay.
That's how generative AI is learning things again and again and again and again and again. Repeatedly, it will enter and it will give. Okay. So basically, what exactly this GenAI is trying to do is that it is helping us to build a product that can limit the work of, it can limit the number of hours you're sitting and thinking. If you know something, you can put it in the large language model, you can get the result. But one thing these GenAIs can't replace is that your creativity can't be replaced. The power of asking question can't be replaced. Your analysis can't be replaced. Your storytelling concept cannot be replaced. Your communication will not be replaced.
Okay.
But ChatGPT or any other AI will be helping you to draw the problem, take the problem, divide it into number of smaller problems, take the smaller problems, identify the solution for it, get the solution, do the process. That idea ChatGPT will give. But doing it, presenting it, saying stories, that is your part. Inside that, ChatGPT will not come. For example, you know how to drive a car, that's good. But do you know how to manufacture that car?
No.
No. There are two ways. Either you can drive a car or else you can have somebody else drive a car for you. That somebody else is ChatGPT now. That somebody else is giving you an idea how to create certain things. At least the idea you got it. Now you take that idea, prepare it on your own, get the result. That's what ChatGPT, that's what GenAIs are all doing. Now, what happens in the industry? A lot of people are saying AI is taking over the jobs. Yes, right. AI is taking over the job, but not all the jobs. Even in the development part or in the testing part or in any other field, when you take 70% of the work, AI is providing. If you take a data set and you put it in ChatGPT, it will give the result. But you should know how to ask the question first. For that, you should know what is the underlying principle of the data analysis. How are you going to ask the question? Those things you know should know. Okay, even if you know all the things, 70% the ChatGPT is giving. Okay, then you have to take the code, put it in the editor, see whether it is running properly. If there is a bug, you have to clear off that bug, and then later on you have to present it. You have to present it in front of your team. For that, ChatGPT will not come and help. So things ChatGPT or any AI can't replace is that your creativity, your storytelling, your visualization, statistical, and your way of communication can't be replaced. Your intuition can't be replaced by any AI. So companies are looking out for these kinds of things. That means they want people who have coding knowledge, who know the underlying principles of all these things, as well as they should know the work. They have to finish off the work within time. So they should get the leverage of using these GenAIs also. At the end, they have to get a better result also. So that's why they keep saying that AI is taking over the job. Of course, if you are not enhancing your skills, in typing a proper prompt, in understanding this deeper analysis, in understanding the execution part. If you are not doing all these things, even if you have 10 years of experience also, a person will be replaced.
Yes.
Instead of having 4 people, they need one person who knows everything, who knows to code, who knows to test, who knows to do prompt, who knows to understand the result given by the AI, who knows how to visualize, how to tell a story, how to convince the client.
Right.
That is what data science is all about. So in our session, what we will be doing means initially we will start with Python.
Okay.
Python programming. Then we'll move towards data analysis. In data analysis, we will be seeing both Python-based analysis as well as Power BI-based analysis for visualization. While visualizing, we will be knowing how to tell a story according to the charts. That also we will see. Then later, after data analysis, we will move towards machine learning and deep learning for predicting and pattern recognition. Once after doing all these things, we will be taking up GenAI. We will be learning LLM, GAN, RAN, and then we will be dealing with small projects related to GenAI. And completely the entire program itself is practical only. We can't go with much of theory here because everything we have to take data set and we have to do. So at least 4 data set we'll be taking for analysis. 6 to 7 data set we'll be taking for machine learning, and the same data set we'll be doing it with deep learning. And through that, we will create some chatbots for GenAI, and then we will be dealing with the higher LLM models techniques.
Okay.
Okay. Any queries you have?
Okay, so how long would this course be?
See, basically, it's a 4-month course. Monthly, we will be dealing with one topic. First, it's Python. In that month, we will be halfway dealing with Python and data analysis. In that first month. Second month, we will be dealing with remaining data analysis and machine learning. And third month starting, we will be learning deep learning, GenAI. And prompt engineering will be an additional one, which is not connected with the course, but usually I used to take it for candidates coming for the session, because prompt is something you need to know. How to write prompt, how to get the help from ChatGPT, in what way that comes in the end. So that will be taking 10 days something to understand prompt engineering. That's it. So almost 3.5 to 4 months with all the practice and other things.
Okay. So, I have not dealt much with Python. So how do you think like a
No problem.
person? Okay.
Because I have people from different background, BA English background and all, they are doing data analysis and data science. So it's not going to be a much issue. You already have experience in IT. So programming is not going to be, this is not an high-end programming and all. It's a very subtle, crisp, clear, little programming only when it comes to Python. Very easy. When you see Python, it is going to be like the way in which how we are talking. It will be like that only. So there is not going to be any problem in that.
And how much time would the course be? 1 hour? Like, and on like what all days? Days, I think maybe you will communicate later, right? But like if you
Alternate
can.
days only classes will be there. 1 hour. Initially, we'll go with 1 hour. When the data set and all, when it is a little bit bigger, there may be a little bit of extended time, like 1 hour, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Mostly, it will be like kind of 1 hour first initially. Then 1 hour, 15 minutes or 20 minutes it will be. But alternate days only sessions will be there. Why? Because after taking the session, there will be a work for you. That you have to do it during that gap day.
I see. And
Right.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No. You say.
Okay, so is it like 1-to-1 or other candidates would be there?
I'm not very much sure what Sagar is planning. Previously, the batch was having 2, 3. Only 2 or 3 only will be there, not many.
Okay. Because like for Java training, all those kind of trainings, you see a lot of people. That's why I was asking.
No. And even I don't take much people, because one-on-one focus will not be there if I have a lot of people means. And this is a like kind of something where I need to make sure everybody understands. So if people like 10 or 20 and all, if they are coming, it becomes really hectic for me to figure out who's understanding, who's not understanding, and how it is going and all. So max it is 2 or 3 only.
Okay. And so you said about the projects, right?
Mhm.
So providing the projects like towards the end is you told about the capstone projects, right?
No, see, this program itself is going to have compulsory projects in every single, right from day one itself, you will start doing it. After Python gets over, after understanding the Python programming, when you start doing your data analysis, we will be taking one data set. One data set itself is a project only. End
Oh.
of the course, that capstone project is going to be what all you learned so far. Those things you will club it up, and then you will be doing one mini project.
Okay. Okay, I have a question again. Like I am a complete fresher when it comes to data science or data analysis and all those things, right? So you being in the job market for such a long time, you know how hard it is like for a fresher to get job, because I know how the pattern of consultancies are. Usually, even if you don't have experience, they put an experience so that the recruiters or the clients can take our profile, a resume. So how does this work here? Because this is like new for me also.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So, previously, 2, 3 years before, you were asking, that's what people were doing. Even when they entered into this, when data science was peak 2 years before, only data science and machine learning was there. That time,
Mm.
people were like kind of, as you said, consultancies were like kind of adding experience to it and that and all. But now,
Mhm.
market, how it happened, what it is doing, how it is going means, see, this is an uh, non-specific domain, non-generalized domain. That means it is not specific to one single area. Lot of different domains are there: oil and gas, retail, entertainment, healthcare, finance, IT. In that IT itself, IT service-based companies and all, they used to take a lot of different clients for dealing with
Mhm.
the data science or machine learning thing. Okay, one. In that case, what happened nowadays is that the interview itself is going happening in a way that they wanted to understand the way you understand things. They are
Mhm.
not giving the data set to work. They are asking you to identify the problem directly itself by seeing the data set. And even freshers are fine. You are not a fresher. You have IT experience, but in a different domain. That too in IT only, right? In a testing domain, you have an experience. We won't be considering you as a fresher. Market doesn't consider you as a fresher.
Mhm.
For data science, you are moving your career, shifting your career from the testing to development. That's all. But you were working in a IT domain only. So
Mhm.
that's how people are. I mean, that's how industry is considering. Even if somebody is moving from front end development or full stack development to data science, still they are
Mhm.
like considered as a experienced candidate only.
Okay.
You will not go for internship and all. But here,
Mm.
fresher means solid fresher. No hands-on experience at all in the company. That's
Mm.
when we call them as a fresher. That's where we provide them with that all those internships and other things. For them
Mhm.
only, these people, they will be adding some additional experiences or pushing it very hard for them.
Mhm.
Because companies do want experienced person who have already worked in an IT industry, not exclusively in a data science world field. But
Mhm.
the company knows very well data science is coming right now only, right? This is becoming very popular recently only, that too just GenAI and all. So
Mhm.
they are not going to do like that. Generally, you will be considered as an experienced candidate, but new to data science.
Yes.
So
Mm.
your position may be like kind of, I think Sagar may be planning for a different position for you because of your other experiences. He may be planning for a consultant role or project manager role, something like that. Uh, I don't think
Mm.
he'll be putting you in some kind of lesser role
Mhm.
and all, because I've been working with him for a very long time. All people are like kind of having very good experience. Those kind of candidates only he will give. So
Okay.
basically, the idea is, the reason is that why he is saying like guaranteed placement means it is easy for them to place people like you,
Mhm.
because
Mm.
already market needs somebody like that only who has got experience in IT, but they are very new to data and GenAI means no problem. But they know, and that too, there is an advantage for you is you have already been in testing.
Mm.
So when they pick you, you have knowledge of doing a code, you have knowledge
Mhm.
of testing it, you have knowledge of adding prompts to it, you know how to work with all these GenAI tools, and almost 70%, even if AI is doing the work, remaining 30%, you have all the things. So instead of taking somebody else, they will be preferring you to, to join them. So you have higher advantage on that.
Yeah. And like usually, how would the interviews be in general? Like, I know you told about like they're looking for people who can like solve the real-time problems, but like again, because when it comes to coding and all, I know okay, they'll be like there'll be like 2 to 3 rounds of interview where they'll be giving you a
Nowadays,
code and
oh,
those
sorry
kind.
to interrupt.
Yeah, yeah, go
Like you, what your question? What is the question that you're asking? I'm understanding it. Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to know
Yeah, like
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, basically nowadays, interview system has changed. Every company know that if they give coding, they will be able to take the coding either from ChatGPT, they will be taking it from Google to get the result, right? So the coding completely process changed. How they changed it means they are giving the coding, they are asking us to explain the coding. So they are going to give you the data set for you, and they will ask you to explain the data set, or they will show you a visualization chart, and they will wanting you to check what is the communication type that you have got, how exactly you are interpreting the details. This one nobody will be able to do, right? Your style, the way in which you perceive the data is your style. Even ChatGPT will not able to help you in that. So the way in which the interview part nowadays what they are doing, this is what it is. So I don't think 2-3 type of interviews and all. Only one. They will give all the details in front of you. Everything will be there. You have to mention. You have to perceive it. You have to see according to your perception what is that you are saying. That is going to figure out whether you are going to get inside the company or going back. That's all.
Okay.
No worries. See, I have trained almost people from very different background. That's what I'm saying. See, BA English people, they are entering into data science. And with all the confidence only, they are learning. Because we have seen people, we have trained them and we have pushed them into the market. So we know exactly the capability of candidates. If I myself, if I feel that you will be having a tough time in understanding certain thing means, then I'll say it. Coding will be there, all these things will be there. If you are very new for BA English people, that's what I told. That's what their background is, BA English. They wanted to enter into analytical field and machine learning field. So I told them this is how it is going to be. Or they are very new to code. But now they are moving. They finished for the last 1 month. They finished data analysis, and then now they are moving to machine learning.
Okay.
So things are easy. The major thing is you need to understand. That's it. Understand, practice it.
Okay.
Then you should not have a preconceived notion inside your head. You have to come out of the things, whatever you have it priorly. Everything has to be like an open box. Whatever idea comes, you should be like ChatGPT. Whatever comes, you have to go with infinite number of possible solutions and creative things. You have to have it. That you will get it. When you are dealing with this, you will get it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No problem. Talk with Sagar.
Yeah, sure.
Probably he will be able to guide you in related to interviews and stuff. So you can fix up some time and you can let him know. I think one or two more students will maybe joining. Maybe another one may be joining. So you can fix the timing and then you can let him know. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Anjali.
Thank you so much.